Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Hello. I am running late today. That's all right. It happens. How is everyone doing? There she is. Hello. 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 Happy tea time. Happy tea time. Welcome. Welcome back to It's Tea Time Live with Gidget. Another episode here today. Today, I want to start off um, doing this tea time a little differently. So, I want you to go ahead and go grab your cup of tea, coffee, wine, whatever beverage that you want to have in your cup, whatever helps you feel cozy and warm and happy. Come back here, and I want to have a conversation today. Hi, Carol. Thanks for being here. Hello. All right. So today I don't want to focus on weight loss or ask you how much weight you want to lose. I don't want to ask you what size you want to be. I want to ask you something much more important. I want to ask you, what do you miss being able to do? Because I've been asking the women in my community that very question, and their answers have honestly stopped me in my tracks because I remember saying these very things. One woman said, I would just like to not hurt. Another wants to get her home back to the way that she loves it. Another wants to cook a real meal instead of microwaving dinner or calling in for takeout because she's exhausted. If you're here live, let me know. Drop me a like, a heart, a wave, a hi. Share with me, what is it that you miss doing? Carol says walk. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Carol. Especially right now, being that you have been recovering from foot surgery, for sure. So I want you to share with me as I'm going through some of these. If any of these resonate with you, share with me what resonates with you. And if I don't list out anything that other women have mentioned, share in the comments. Whether you're here live or catching the replay, I want to hear from you. So another one mentioned that they want to clean their apartment in one day instead of 3. Someone wants to get back to gardening. Someone wants to go dancing again. And another woman said that she wants to be able to spontaneously go somewhere with her boyfriend. And I thought, this is what we're really talking about here, right? It's not just about weight. Yes, we want the weight to come off. I get that. However, when we talk about weight loss, we hear, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to fit back into my favorite clothes again, or at least put on some blue jeans instead of wearing stretchy pants all the time, right? And yes, those things matter. But I think there's something that's missing. There's something underneath that. The true why, right? The why underneath the why. Because most women aren't waking up thinking, I really want a smaller number on the scale today. Yeah, we do for the most part sometimes, right? But that's not the first thing that comes into our head. Women are waking up thinking, I'm exhausted. I'm hurting. I don't feel like myself anymore. Why does everything take so much effort? I can't do the things I used to do, right? Let me know if any of that resonates with you. And that's what I want us to talk about. I used to say these very exact things. Yes, the weight was frustrating and I needed to get it off. Yes, but my why, my true why was to get my life back. and to have the energy that it takes to live it, right? To fully live it, to thrive. And there's something that I want you to start thinking about differently. Your body isn't broken. Your body is actually communicating with you. Your symptoms can actually be messages that something needs attention. Maybe something needs to be added. Maybe something isn't serving your body and it needs to be removed. Maybe we need to look at your food. Maybe we need to look at your sleep, your stress levels. What habits do you have, right? Maybe we need to look at your environment. Maybe something else entirely that needs to be evaluated, right? So the point is that instead of immediately fighting the symptom, right? What if we learned to listen to the message? I want you to think about what your body does every single day without you having to tell it anything, right? You get a cut. What does it do? It starts repairing, right? Your body goes to work instantly to that area to give it the attention that it needs and to start repairing that cut. You break a bone, what does your body do? It literally heals and fuses back together. Your body begins the process of rebuilding. Our skin even regenerates. So your body is constantly adapting and working to protect you, not fight against you. Our body is miraculous. And I believe God designed our bodies with an incredible capacity to repair, adapt, and restore. Right? Think about that. God didn't put us here just to suffer and survive. He created us to thrive. And there have been so many areas of my life and my health that have proven to me just that. I believe God has given us so much of what we need already to care for the body that He gave us, right? He gave us food. He even tells us what food to eat in the Bible. He gave us water. He gave our bodies movement, right? Rest, plants, community, and He gave us His word. Scripture reminds us all the time that our bodies are temples. So, what if we started treating our bodies like the incredible gift they are? Not punishing them, not starving them, not constantly criticizing them, right? Not forcing them through the pain, but supporting our bodies, nourishing our bodies, listening to our bodies, and learning what it needs, not outsourcing our own power and intuition. This is why I don't want women with fibromyalgia and fatigue believing that they have to exercise their way to weight loss. You don't, right? Because, I mean, what if you're already exhausted? Which I know you probably are. I was. What if you're hurting? You can't exercise. No amount of exercise is going to help you lose the weight. It's not. And as a matter of fact, us women with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, excessive exercise or the wrong types of exercise can actually cause our bodies to hurt worse and actually keep the weight on us and increase our inflammation, right? You're just going to hurt more. Like, what if you exercise today and tomorrow you're wiped out? And I'm not saying that movement isn't important. It absolutely can be and is once you are able. Carol says, nope, I did it without exercise. I'm living proof. Yes. Amen. Absolutely. Yeah. So what I want you to, I want you to start where you are, right? What can you do today that supports your body? Maybe it's food. Maybe it's learning what foods make you feel better or worse. And this is actually what I started with. After years of trial and error and doing what everyone else told me to do that didn't work, I decided to stop doing all of those things. And I started with the food. And this is where I start all of my clients. It is a total game changer for energy and how you feel. And then, you know, maybe it's rest. Maybe it's a small amount of movement as you start to feel better and feel like it. Maybe it's a habit, a new habit that you need to create, right? We start listening instead of forcing. And I want to say something because I think women need to hear this. I know you feel like it is not possible for you. I know you feel that way. I felt the exact same way. My clients felt the exact same way when they started working with me. But I'm telling you right now, today, you can feel better. You can regain your energy. You can learn ways to manage your symptoms. And I promise you, you can have more good days than bad days. What would that be like for you? Now, I'm not promising that every symptom will disappear. I'm not saying that. I'm not promising that your body will never have a difficult day, but I absolutely believe that there is hope and precise steps for feeling better and functioning better. And sometimes the changes begin with discovering what your individual body responds well to. And that's why I don't want you guessing. I want you learning, testing, paying attention, listening. Get back in tune with your inner knowing, your own intuition, because God gave that to all of us. I want you making changes based on what your body is telling you. Because when you're supporting the body, instead of constantly fighting it, we can begin making changes that support the whole picture, right? Food, energy, habits, behaviors, stress levels, sleep, mindset. That's a big one. And yes, weight loss follows. When you approach weight loss in the way that I teach and coach you through, not only are you going to lose weight, but you are going to regain some of your energy back. It's so easy, and I definitely know when I eat something, my body, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Me too. Like once you learn, it's like it is so easy to notice what is causing inflammation and upset in the body, dis-ease in the body, right? I don't want you chasing weight loss at the expense of your health. I want you learning how to create an environment that supports your body overall and makes sustainable weight loss possible for you, not for a short time, but for all time, right? Think about that. I want you to imagine waking up having a little more energy. I want you to imagine cooking dinner instead of reaching for the microwave because you're completely depleted. Imagine getting your home organized. Imagine working in your garden again. Imagine walking and still having energy when you get home. What would that do for you? What would that open up for you? Imagine going dancing, right? Imagine someone you love saying, "Hey, you want to go do something?" And you don't immediately have to calculate, "Oh God, how much is this going to hurt?" Right? Will I have enough energy? What will tomorrow look like if I go and do that? You can simply say, "Sure, let's go." That's what we're talking about here. That's thriving, right? Yeah. So I'm going to ask you the question that I started with today. What do you miss being able to do? What do you miss being able to do? I want you to share with me in the comments. Whether you're here live or whether you're catching the replay, share with me. Maybe it's something big. Maybe it's something incredibly simple. Maybe it's cleaning your house. Maybe it's cooking. Maybe it's gardening. Maybe it's dancing. Maybe it's being spontaneous, right? Maybe you just don't want to hurt as much anymore, right? So if you're watching the replay, please comment below. Tell me what you miss. I would love to hear from you and support you where you are right now. Carol says, clean my house. I miss line dancing. Yeah, right? You're on your way back to that, Carol. You're on your way back to that. Mow my yard and taking care of the yard. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And this is why my work is about more than weight loss. Yes, weight loss is something that my clients want and do achieve in ways that they never thought was possible for them. But I want you to look beyond the scale. I want you to ask, what would my life look like if I felt better? What would I do? Where would I go? Who would I spend my time with? What would I have energy to enjoy? That's what I want women to work towards, right? Not simply surviving their symptoms, but learning how to support their bodies so that they can have more good days than bad days, right? Hi, Susan. Hi, babe. Thank y'all for being here. So, if you've been thinking, I don't just want to lose weight, I want my life back. I want you to know I hear you and I believe that there is hope. Your body isn't your enemy. Your body is communicating with you. So let's stop fighting it. Let's start listening. Let's give it the support and the environment that it needs. And let's see what becomes possible, right? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do to gain the results that you are saying that you so desperately are wanting, right? It's one thing to talk about it and to say that you want it. What are you willing to do to gain those results? You see other people achieving exactly what you say you are wanting. So what are you willing to do? Hi. All right. So if you would like to talk with me about any of this, about your specific situation, where you are right now, where you would rather be, and what might be stopping you or getting in your way, please send me a message. Send me a message. Let's get you on my calendar. We are going to have a 60-minute discussion dedicated entirely to you, me helping you uncover exactly what is going on with you and what your next best steps could look like or should be. All right. Aw, Carol, you did all the work, my friend. You did all the work. You show up for yourself every single day. I just laid out the roadmap. Thank you. Carol says Gidget saved my life with her program. That really warms my heart. I appreciate you all. I am here for you. And just reach out to me because I truly, truly want you thriving and not just surviving. All right? So until our next tea time, folks, be kind to yourself. Stop fighting your body. Start listening to it and give yourself permission to thrive. All right? Until next time. Talk to you later.